Remember that today is a great day to start building a better you. Welcome to the Marcus Allgood Show. Today we're going to talk about 9 things that are holding you back from reaching your full potential. Reaching your full potential is hard. I am not going to lie. I have been working on it for 15 years to try and get better and better. The good thing about it is you're always going to be learning. You don't know what you don't know. The crazy thing is, like, the more you learn, the more you don't know. The more you realize you don't know. But here's 9 things that are going to help you to start learning more, start realizing that you can reach your potential, and you just got to start going for it. Number 1, fear of failure. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it with each stepping stone. Just keep going. Every time you fail, learn from it and move on to the next thing. Every time I fail, I move on to the next thing. I learn from it, definitely, and then I move on and implement it into the next thing I do. Let's just take working out, for example. You miss a clean and jerk, you're going to figure out that, 1, it's probably too heavy, or 2nd, you probably just didn't do something right. It's like a millimeter of the bar didn't move. You didn't move in a certain direction. But you learn from that, and the next time you do it, you make it, and you move on from there. You will have some... everybody's scared once they get up to the bar. They're going to fail, and they're going to miss it. They're going to hurt themselves. But most of the time, that's not going to happen. You got to get that fear out, learn from it, and move on. Number 2, perfectionism. Not everybody, but I know I have this problem. I know a bunch of people that do have that problem. And it is terrible, and it's hard to do. Even doing these podcasts, I always try and edit it too much or do things. And this one, I'm just going to go for it and put it out the way it is. I might edit it a little bit, but I got to quit being so trying to get it perfect. There is no perfectionism. The good thing about it is the more you practice, the more reps you do, the better it's going to be. I have to tell my daughter this all the time in gymnastics. She's like, well, how do I get a better score? Start practicing. Stop trying to be a perfectionist, because she'll miss it, and then she's like, I'm done with that. I can't do it, because she's trying to do it the best or she's trying to be a perfectionist, and she doesn't want to practice at it. So just remember, take your time, practice, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you're just starting to put content out, just put it out, because you're going to learn. If it's bad, if it's good, it doesn't matter. Just put it out there and learn from it and see where it goes. It doesn't have to be perfect. There is really no perfect thing in the world. Number 3, negative self-talk. Negative self-talk. I've done a few things on this on my Instagram, things like that. Definitely on YouTube. But negative self-talk, we all have that. I did find out that 30% of the country, they don't talk to themselves in the head. The other 70%, we all talk to ourselves in the head. So every day I wake up, I will tell you, every day I wake up, I struggle to get out of bed. I do wake up without an alarm. I have trained myself to be able to tell myself I'm going to wake up at 4:30. But I will sit there, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to work out today. I could just lay here. I could sleep a little longer. I'd probably get a little bit more rest. But then I just pop out of bed knowing dang well that if I lay there, I'm not going to go back to sleep. And then I'm just going to be mad at myself at 5 o'clock or 5:30 when I finally get up out of bed. And now I've ruined the time to be able to go work out or start my day. A lot of people say that you have to have a morning routine. My morning routine is getting up, working out, then feeding the kids breakfast and things like that. But you got to get rid of that negative self-talk. Whenever that little negative voice comes in, I like to change it with something positive, something grateful. Like when I go to get out of bed, I just say, be grateful that you get to get up at this time and go work out and be able to spend time with your kids instead of being in the garage making them make their own breakfast. You get to be there and help them. So change it into something positive every time. Anytime a negative thought comes in your head, just change it to something positive. There's always a way to kick out that negative thought. Number 4, staying in your comfort zone. Staying in your comfort zone is going to keep you at a low level, low frequency, but getting out of your comfort zone, doing something hard is going to put you at a higher frequency, and it's going to make you do things that you definitely didn't know you would be able to do. I know one of my things that I overcame getting out of my comfort zone was climbing a ladder to the top of the roof and putting up the Christmas lights. Every time I go up the ladder, like, my hands start to sweat, my heart starts to beat, and all I do is think about what's going to happen if this ladder falls down and I hit the ground 15 feet up, I break a leg, won't be able to go to work, and all these negative thoughts start going through your head, and you're like, oh my gosh, and next thing you know, you start breathing heavy. So you have to really think about deep breaths, taking your time, having trust, and being able to just go slow and do the things you got to do. But that was definitely getting out of my comfort zone. Everything I do, doing this podcast is out of my comfort zone. I don't really get in front of cameras very much. I don't do a whole lot of public speaking. I do want to do more of it. Working out, doing the competitions I used to do, that was always out of my comfort zone. So starting a business, starting multiple businesses, always out of your comfort zone. All right, number 5, comparison. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Never compare yourself to other people. And we all do it. We all still do it. And I have to tell myself, stop comparing yourself to other businesses. Stop comparing yourself to other podcasts. Just be happy and be grateful. I'm saying grateful a lot, but be grateful for where you're at. Be grateful that you got started. Be grateful that you are going into this with a positive outlook. And just don't compare yourself to everybody, because everybody started at this point right here, getting on the microphone, starting a podcast, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to do. Is it going to sound good? Not knowing how to edit. We just go for it and find out what happens. You're just going to learn from it the more you do it. Number 6, procrastination. And I've talked about this before, and procrastination is just you not putting it higher on your priority list, because of the fact that you could do. Let's say you got a homework assignment due on Friday, but you wait until Thursday night at midnight to start on it. But you can get it done in an hour or two because it's very high on your priority list. On Monday, it would have taken you an hour or two on Monday, but it wasn't very high on your priority list. So you just kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. You just have to, as soon as you find something that you got to do, just go and do it. If you got to take out the trash, go take out the trash. If you got to do the dishes, do the dishes. Start with the small things. If you feel like making your bed every morning is going to start your day off right, then start with making your bed every day. When you say, oh, I'll just do it later, just say, no, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to get it out of the way, and it's going to make me, I'm going to get that little win, and I'm going to move on. Me personally, I don't really make the bed. We just kind of throw it up there. I do the dishes all the time. If there's a dish in the sink, I'm washing it. Like, I'm not going to let it sit there. Other people, they'll let it sit there, and that's one of my pet peeves. I can't let dishes sit. I have to do them. So just think about that. Procrastination, just put it high up on your priority list and you'll quit procrastinating. People pleasing. Number 7, people pleasing. People pleasing. Oh, man. I can't say enough about this one. We all do it. I know I do it all the time. And I think about, what's this person going to think about me? What's this person going to say about me? But now I'm to the point where I don't care. I'm at that age now where I don't care what people think about me. I do want them to listen to my podcast. I want them to, I guess I still do care, because I still want them to like me and trust me and, get to know me, ask questions, things like that. But as far as like hurting somebody's feelings and things like that, I'm not going to try to. You might, but people pleasing is super, super hard for everybody. You have to let yourself be who you are. Like, you have to live within your values. Living within your values is going to help you with not trying to people please everybody out there. You're going to be able to please the people that want to be part of your tribe and want to be part of your journey. Number 8, self-doubt. I've had so much self-doubt since I was a kid that I wasn't good enough, that, I just wasn't going to be able to do what I could. All sorts of self-doubt that everybody goes through, but it's super hard to get over it. But you can't let that hold you back on your journey. Everybody's gonna have it. The biggest motivational speakers get out on stage and they have self-doubt. They still have butterflies in their stomach. They still want to feel like they're gonna throw up. They're still super nervous. Everybody gets super nervous going in front of people. But if you didn't get nervous, it really wouldn't be meant for you to be doing it. I know I still get nervous doing these. I get nervous just going to work. Just different things make me nervous. It's kind of crazy how it all works out. But start with believing in yourself. Like I said earlier, if you see somebody else doing it, you can do it yourself. You just have to have the motivation and the know-how. Obviously, you're gonna have to learn more, but you're gonna have the discipline to keep putting in the reps to make it happen. Number 9, lack of self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, especially in times of failure or setbacks. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to your friend. Everybody self-talks in their head. Not everybody, 30% of people don't. But the 70% of us that do, Anytime we do something, man, why are you so stupid? Why'd you do that? You're so dumb. Stop doing that to yourself. Just stop it. I'll say it, but then sometimes I'll say it and then I'll counter it with something positive. Man, why'd you do that? You're an idiot. No, you just weren't paying attention at that time. I smashed my leg on a box jump the other day. I almost quit the workout. It hurt so bad. And I was like, I said, why are you so dumb? Why did you not think about it? And then I said, you know what? I was just being lazy. It was the last jump. I just didn't pay attention. You need to pay attention more. Just turn it into something positive. Turn it into more reinforcement. Talk to yourself like you're gonna talk to somebody else. Don't talk to yourself like you're downgrading yourself. That is super bad. It's just gonna hurt you in the long run. Think about talking to your mom. Think about talking to your friend, whoever you got to. Put that person up here, and always talk to that person in a friendly manner. I appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate everybody listening. Like I said before, you can find me just at Google Marcus Allgood. I'm gonna be on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and we'll be on the podcast wherever you stream your podcast at. Thanks a lot.